You are listening to SPC's Coaches Corner.
What's going on, SPC? It is the Warhol coming live, bringing you another edition of Coaches Corner. Today on the program, we have none other than one of the Lamparts, the other half of the Lampart, the Browns owner, coming from the AFC North, bringing him on the program today. He's been a part of SPC for, I believe, 2 seasons, if not a little bit more. And this is the only show that we try to bring to you to show you that these people are real people. And that is extremely important when it comes to Lampard because we believe that he could be an imposter of another. Therefore, with no further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let's introduce him to the program. All right. So, Lampard, can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. So now we have you finally figured out on the program. I had to call you over my phone to get you to actually have a voice so you can answer some of these accusations. First question out the gate. We're not going to waste any time with this. Are you the Rams?
I'm not the Rams. I'm
How can you verify this? Uh-oh, it sounds like you're still breaking up where you are. It's going in and out on you. Now I can hear you. You sound like a human being.
perfect.
All right, so you were saying about you and Rams. You guys are best friends, and what else?
Well, I'm the much better Madden player, so that's how you can pretty much tell that we're different. So it's not really close.
That was very insulting to him. I hope he does hear this because I did not program you to say that. That was just thought we were going to get a more logistical answer than that. So let's hop into it. I want to do Coach's Corner a little different. I noticed that when looking back on some of the Coach's Corners, that I always dive into Madden. I don't really get into the person. The whole purpose of the program is to try to draw people out behind the username they use, the style of play they use, in case people think you play like a dick or whatever the case is. We want to get them to know you. So, is there anything you want to share about yourself other than Madden, the hobbies you have, a job you have, I don't know, the hot smoking girlfriend you have, whatever. Anything you want to share at all about you as a person?
Not too much. I play soccer at the collegiate level right now. I'm transferring next year to probably D1 or D2. I'm not sure yet. I have a couple offers as of now, but other than that, just a regular guy that likes video games.
Sounds good to me, my friend. And you live in what state?
Arizona.
Arizona. Nice. All right, so let's now that we've taken about a minute to learn about you, let's dive into your Madden career here at SPC. For the past 2 seasons in this Madden cycle, I don't know if you know it or not, but you have finished your seasons at 11-5. Did you know that first and foremost?
I did not.
All right, so Hog has just taught you something. So now that you know that, let's now dive into thing number two here because I find it's very interesting about your division, and I, I want to knock you because you won a Super Bowl, but but your division has not been competitive, and you know that, we know that. And I wanted to say, okay, well, your division's not competitive, therefore you won a Super Bowl. But then you go on and you win a Super Bowl. So how would you explain your division? Do you feel they offer you any competition?
Well, season one, Bengals had a good run actually. He was beating a bunch of good users too. I think people kind of figured him out as far as if you stop John Ross, he's not really that threatening. Ravens has been struggling, but he's a lot better this year. I think the score that we just played was 51-14, but it was kind of one of those games that didn't reflect. And then Steelers was the old user wasn't very good. I think he's now in Carolina. Hopefully he can improve on that. But the new Steelers user is a lot better. So I brought him in. I suggested him to you because he was in the league with me. So I tried to make my division more competitive, but in the end, I don't think division strength really matters. It matters how you match up in the playoffs. So I think that would explain the Super Bowl.
So, and on that note, do you feel, and I don't mind you, talking about other people at all, or even heightening yourself here in terms of your status, how you feel. Do you feel that you are one of the better players here at SPC? I mean, you have a Super Bowl ring or a Super Bowl claim. Do you feel like that's enough, or do you feel like, all right, you're still just hit or miss?
I'm so inconsistent. I mean, this is only like my second full Madden, I would say. So I'm still learning a lot of the things, a lot of the ins and outs of the game that people have known for a while. But I don't think I'm one of the top 5 users in the league even. I would say I'm better than most, but it just comes with matchups, I think. I got some favorable matchups in the playoffs and a little bit of luck here and there. And sometimes the game goes that way.
So it's sort of funny you brought Bengals up because he's a good example of when I start to use the word parity in terms of the league and how you never know who's really good or bad, whatever the case is. So Bengals came in, and as you mentioned, your first season, he did win both times against you. I'm not sure if those were sim games, but the scores were 21-7, then 29-12. He then comes back the next year, and you blew the socks off this guy, 47-0 first game, second game 24-10. And I'm embarrassed for the guy. I mean, I don't even know. I think you took his confidence away from him that he just fell off the radar. And not to mention that season one, you guys were scheduled, I believe, to play the wild card game, but you decided to dish SPC for a Halloween party with all those hot girls there, and so.
Yeah. See, I think the game with that was the second season was different because he was given when he got that force win, which I understand why it happened and everything. He was saying that it didn't matter because I had no chance of beating him anyway. So what was it, 54-0 in season 2? That game was the listen here.
Who's your daddy game? That's what it was called.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on. I mean, you have had some better competition in the AFC. I'm not going to dig deep into it because they're not part of your division, but I did note that the Oakland Raiders now I think the London, I don't know why you call this team the Knights. The London Knights are now what they're called, but I think they beat you out the 2 times you guys played. They're not in your schedule this year, so that's relief for you at least, competitive wise. But what I have noticed about your team is that Mayfield, and I always talk about the quarterback. I try to find other things to talk about when people come on the show, but there's no other glaring factor other than the quarterback play. And I just want to read this off to you. It's nothing scary. I'm not going to trap you here, but Mayfield, your first year, you had him complete 68%. He had 21 touchdowns, 50 sacks, 29 interceptions for 3,709 yards. Your Super Bowl year, regular season stats, 73.5%. That's an increase. 26 touchdowns, 56 sacks. You took what's that? 6 more sacks than you did the previous year, but you threw 5 less interceptions, and you also threw for 39.78, which is about 200 yards more. The only thing I could see you did differently from year 1 to year 2 was add Golden Tate. Was that the difference, or was this you just coming into your own, understanding your own offense? What happened from season 1 to season 2 with your quarterback play?
I think the biggest thing was getting used to the Browns playbook. I would say it's not necessarily my favorite playbook, but I love the idea that you have to use the team's playbook. I know some people don't have the best playbooks. Teams like the Saints have really, really creative playbooks. Browns are more of a power run, like, I don't know, not the best passing plays, but I definitely learned which plays work, what situations. I'm still learning, like I said, the football. I don't really know real life football, so I'm learning what works when. I think just the overall understanding of it is a big step of why I improved.
Sounds good to me. Now, on that note, did you change your defense at all?
I did not change my defense. Nope. I'm
Really?
the same exact thing.
I really thought you changed your defense, and now I'm lost because so that leads to more questions here because you have a lot of guys that are just performing better, I guess, from year to year. So Agba, 19 sacks 1 year, turns around the next year, gives you 29. Garrett gives you 15 1 year, he turns around, gives you 25. Then this no-name guy, Joby, he comes out of nowhere and gives you like from 6, goes all the way up to 17 last year. So was that you blitzing more, playing more zone, or did you do what the Hog always suggests and start to scout your opponent?
This may sound weird, but I've never scouted someone that I'm going to play. I don't watch
You're making
film
me
or
bad
whatever. I
here.
kind of just show up and play. So as far as that, I would say a lot of it has to do with people just not blocking enough people. Like if I'm sending 4 or 6 or 7 or so, they're not like recognizing that, so they're not adjusting for that. And Ogunjobi, I don't know how my D tackle is getting 17 sacks this season.
That's crazy.
He's kind of absurd. Same with Ogba and Garrett. But I really don't blitz that much per se. I'll throw in some zone blitzes here and there, but I don't really like to blitz just because they already get to the quarterback.
That's crazy that your defensive tackle is getting that much. I'm happy when my guy has like 8 tackle, per 3 games. So you're getting sacks. That's awesome. Uh, all right, so let's get into this. Your current state of the division. You mentioned how we now have a new Steelers user. That is I forget his name. I think it's Sid from T-Mobile. I don't know. Does he really work at T-Mobile?
I think he does.
Oh my gosh. All right. Well, that's cool. All right. So Sid from T-Mobile. He's now the Steelers. He comes in at 2-3. Your Ravens that you spoke of earlier, which you crushed already this season. He is currently at 2-3. And the Bengals are at 500 as we speak, while you still lead the pack at 3-1. Now, that's not a surprise. Those are things we know. But looking at your upcoming games, I want you to tell me win or loss as I go through these next 4 opponents for you. You have the Broncos. They currently stand at 3-2. Win or loss?
Ooh, we play that game tonight, so that'll be an interesting one. I want to say loss. That's gonna be a tough game.
You're taking the modest road. I see what you're doing. All right, okay. Let's go to next week. Dolphins 3-2. Win or loss?
Go with win just because he's a new user specifically, so I don't really know how he's stacking up. But I'm gonna say we'll.
All right. Now this looks scary on paper. Titans 4-1. Win or loss?
Win.
Oh my gosh.
The wild card last year. I don't really think it was a close game. He's a good user, but doesn't really work.
The disrespect of where's the soap, young man? Steelers 2-3. Win or loss?
That's an easy win.
Oh my! I hope they're hearing this. This is you are being just utterly despicable right now. I mean, this is insane. All right, so you believe you have the upper hand on the Steelers. You believe, despite the Titans being 4-1, that you are going to come in and rock their boat. Dolphins, you're predicting that you're going to win on him because he's new, swept behind the ears a little bit. Broncos, the only person you respect out of your next 4 opponents, Broncos, giving yourself a loss there. Now, what makes you think the Broncos have the advantage over you?
He's one of the better users. He won Super Bowl one. I mean, it's NFC 2, NFC 0. I just want to throw that in. But he's a good user. He's already won a Super Bowl. He's a proven player. We played a decent amount. We played pretty much every season, and then we were in another league together. So we played there. So he knows how I play. Combined with, I think he's a better overall user than me. So it'll be a close game, I think. But we'll see how it goes.
So let's close out here with your victory. I don't want to bypass this. Yes, you won the Super Bowl. You won the Super Bowl pretty in a dominant fashion. If you had a nice performance by Landry throughout the game, I don't know how you were feeling about it, but I did try to commentate that game, and I was screaming, "Oh my God, Landry caught another one!" So, I mean, how did you feel about making it to the Super Bowl, 2, playing in the Super Bowl, and 3, dominating your opponent and saying, "I'm sorry, but he did dominate you," dominating your opponent, which, by the way, had probably the best probably still has the best receiving core in SPC. You pretty much shut him down for the most part. How do you feel about that?
That was a good game. I played him season 1, and I won that game too, a lot closer of a game. And I said GG after the game, just formality kind of, because he did play well. And he hit me with that was the worst game, or no, that was the most embarrassing loss I've ever had. So the Super Bowl was a little statement again that if you're gonna be like that, I mean, I came out to play. I think I executed my game plan well. He doesn't really hit short routes that often, so I wanted to take away the deep pass. A lot of cover 4, a lot of using the linebacker deep into the zone, and pretty much just didn't want to give up any big plays, and that was my objective. And I thought I did a really good job of that. And then he made a couple mistakes, which he normally doesn't do. I think that had to do with my pass rush, always getting to them. They were always in the backfield, so.
Well, there you have it. And I mean, you did receive the emblem, the avatar, whatever you want to call it, the symbol, your Super Bowl thing. Is that suitable for you? Because I know I made one for someone else, and they just, I don't know, dished it somewhere. So, how do you feel?
I love it. I'm using it. The only reason the other Lampard doesn't use his is because I made a joke one of his, and it's just like a picture of him and then whatever like that. I thought it was funny, and I sent that to him as a joke, and he made it his actual. But
Yeah.
as far as mine goes, I love it. The only thing is that in Discord you can't see the pictures as well. Like in Slack, you can see a little better.
Is this your pitch to try to get us to go back to Slack once again? How you consistently bring Slack up in these positive ways, and Slack would never do such a thing to me. Oh my goodness, man! It's over. We're not going back. Oh man, no. I do wish you well throughout the course of the season. You sort of answer one of my other questions that I like to lead off with, which is how do you prepare for your opponent? You sort of mentioned it earlier that you don't actually prepare for your opponent, that you simply pick the control up and play. Is that a true statement, or is that you trying to throw us off so that no one actually gets a hint?
I swear to God, I've never gone back and watched someone's stream to like study film. I've gone like, I think the playoff run, I went back and watched your streams just to see what you were saying because I thought it was funny. But as far as like scouting or anything like that, no, I don't really care to do that. I feel like if you overthink things, especially in Madden, it'll get in your head. You'll overcompensate on certain like details of the game. So I kind of just show up and play, and it doesn't help. And all the time, like I said, I'm pretty inconsistent when I play. So like I have 11 to 5 both seasons, like you said. It shows that sometimes I show up and I play, and I have no idea what I'm doing against the opponent, and they take advantage of that. So just go to this game.
The funny thing is, I think the Saints, who he didn't come on for an official Coach's Corner, but he came on after he played. I think it was DF Prince in a playoff game or the game of the week or something like that. And he said some similar things. He was saying that I think he said that either he believes that really good players scout people or really bad players scout people, one of the two. And he was trying to say, like, they write plays out and they do all this other kind of stuff to help themselves do, which leads to my next question. You don't scout. Do you have a group or set of plays that you have written down that you run? And I'm not asking this for myself. I'm asking this for people in the league that may want to actually, walk in your footprints in terms of how you got to the Super Bowl.
I would not say there's a set play, like a bunch of set plays I run. There's plays I have that I like more than other ones. I think every playbook has their plays that are better. I mean, Madden, just the way it works. There's some plays that are absolutely useless. So I have my plays that I like, but I won't ever like run set plays. Essentially, I don't plan out my drives. I kind of go as the game goes. If I notice they're running a certain coverage more often than not, I'll run plays that would counteract that. But yeah, I don't really plan anything like that.
Sounds good. Now, in conclusion, is there any advice in general that I did not ask that you want to give a person in the league that may be struggling, or a person that's having success, or just something you want to just tell SPC in general?
Well, I want to make it clear, like I said before, that I am the best LamparT, and I don't think it's up for discussion.
This is awful. That was not. You were supposed to go general.
No, I would say keep it simple. A lot of people, and I mean, I struggle with this too. I have a high completion percentage with Baker, but I throw some interceptions, and a lot of it just comes down to playing it more safe. I really think defense wins games in this league. So if you keep your knocks and you don't necessarily turn it over, you maybe take a third down, don't get the fourth down. As long as you're not like turning it over a bunch in the game, you're going to be in the majority of your games. So I would say that the biggest thing is just keeping the ball.
Sounds good. That is TheLamparT coming to you for the first time, proving he is not the Rams, the Magic LamparT. So hopefully we can put an end to the rumors. I think it's a voice changer. I'm still not a believer yet. I don't know. Do more investigating. All right, my friend, I am going to let you go. That is going to do it for us here on Coach's Corner, and we will see you all again soon. So that is going to bring us to the conclusion of this Coach's Corner. This is your host, the Warhog, giving you another Coach's Corner. We will do this again hopefully next week. If you want to be featured on Coach's Corner, even if you're not a member of SPC and you want to take this back to your own league, I will do the interview for you. Hawk has love for all the leagues. With that said, we're going to log off here with the one song we